For the last 3 weeks, I have been giving you the diagnosis, the framework, and the identity work. Today, I'm giving you the build. This is the most tactical episode in the Exit Ready Strategy series. I'm walking you through the 4 specific business moves that actually build exit readiness, not the moves that look like progress, not the moves that's going to get you all the likes on Instagram, not the moves your mastermind keeps telling you to make, the ones that compound, the ones that change the structure, and the ones that 6 months from now will have you done more for your business than any other launch ever will. So get your notebook and pen if you don't already have one. This is episode 4 of the Exit Ready series, and it's the one I know you'll be coming back to. Welcome to the Manifest and Chill podcast. My name is Tracy Ftacek, and I am a serial entrepreneur, 7-figure tech founder, and the business strategist for women founders. After building, scaling, and exiting multiple companies, I now help high-achieving women build exit-ready businesses through my signature energy-aligned business strategy container and my Manifest and Chill method. Let's dive in. So there is a reason why most scaling tactics will not actually build an exit-ready business. But let's do a quick reframe before we dive in. Most of what gets sold as scaling in the online business world is just, more of more. More launches, more clients, more revenue, more content. None of that builds exit readiness, my friend. You can triple your revenue and still have a business that completely falls apart the day you take a vacation. Exit readiness is built through structural moves that can change what the business is, not just how much it produces. There are 4 of them, and we're going to go through each and every one of them. But I want to warn you, you skip them, and your revenue ceiling will become your personal capacity ceiling. And you might be sitting in it already. This is where burnout comes from. This is where a lack of vacation comes from. This is where no matter what great night's sleep you got, or a ring might be telling you that your sleep was beautiful last night, but you're waking up feeling exhausted. So let's move into move number 1. The first move is the most founders resist the hardest. Document your revenue engine. Map the entire path from stranger finds out about you, to a client that pays you, to a client that gets results, to a client refers you. Every fucking step, every touch point, every decision you make along the way. Most founders have never written it down because the engine lives in their head. They run it on intuition. And intuition, that doesn't scale. Intuition cannot be handed to a team member. Intuition cannot be optimized because nobody else can see it. When you document the revenue engine, 2 things happen. You will find the leaks and you make the engine transferable. And both of those are prerequisites for scaling. And many times, it's ego that prevents us from wanting to see the leaks. Because when you hand it over to somebody else, I don't care how intelligent they are, they could be the best hire in your business. So it seems. But if your systems cannot be handed over, the documentations cannot be duplicated by the best member of your team, then it's going to constantly fail from the weakest member of your team. And that is why you are consistently feeling the energetic pull to have to step in and fix a problem. Move number 2, install decision frameworks so your team and your business stop bringing every choice back to you. This is where most founders are leaking the most energy and they don't even realize it. A decision framework is a documented set of how we make this kind of decision here. It allows your team to make decisions on behalf of your name without you having to sign your name every single time. A decision framework, it's a pricing decision. It's a hiring decision. It's a refund decision. It's a client escalation decision. It's a brand decision. And right now, all of those probably come to you because you are the framework. And your gut, your intuition is the policy. When you install actual frameworks, written, accessible, repeatable, your team makes decisions faster. You stop being the bottleneck and the business gets visibly less dependent on you. It can be very scary to a founder to put into play these decision frameworks, but they are also one of the highest value assets a future buyer would acquire. They're literal IP. And when I've sold my businesses in the past, I've had where somebody came in, all they wanted to do was an intellectual grab. They wanted my intellectual property. And you can get a lot of fucking money for that, ladies and gentlemen. Move number 3. Move 3 is the one most coaches don't talk about. Build an operational container. Most coaches will not speak on this because most coaches are not actually doing it. I'm going to call it like it is. Let's pull the curtain back on the ugly truth. And here's the difference. A team is a group of people who report to you. A container is a structure that holds the work, whether or not specific people are inside it. Most founders build teams. Been there, done that. Learned this lesson the hard way when my entire team walked out on me on a random Wednesday in November. But guess what happened? I learned I needed to build a container, built a container, rebuilt that entire business in 6 months using the container theory, not the team theory, and was able to exit and utilize those funds to build my tech company. The container is the role, the documentation, the process, the metrics, and the decision authority. People will rotate through it, but the container is what persists. When someone leaves, you don't lose the function. You replace the person inside the container. This is what allows you to actually step away. Without containers, every team member transition becomes a crisis. With containers, transitions become normal business operations. People will move through your business, in and out. That is flow state. That's not stagnant state. And when you don't have a container and you build it around a team, you are building stagnant energy. And it becomes so vital for you to understand this. The Exit Ready business is built on containers. It is not on individuals. Now, you can reward the individuals that are excelling within the container, but you're not sitting with so many people do. They have this 1-star employee that might be doing incredible for them, and they're getting away with a lot because your entire business requires that individual. Guess what? Many times, owners and founders are the individual. When you die, the business dies. How about we build in a different way? How about we build in a place of energetic flow? Now, move number 4. The 4th move is the one most coaches will not teach because it's counterintuitive. Design the founder out. And a lot of startup coaches will give you so much well-intentioned information of designing the business around you and your personal brand and what do you represent, and which is important at the beginning stages. But when you're in between that 300K to 900K phase, you need to design the founder out. You need to, and I don't mean fire yourself. I mean make a deliberate strategic decision about what the business needs you for, and then design everything else to function without you. Most founders default to themselves for everything. The Exit Ready founder defaults to systems first, then people, then herself. What do only you do? Well, here's where you need your pen and paper. These are the areas that only you need to be focusing on. You need to focus on the vision, a high-level brand voice, key relationships, strategic decisions, not the little ones, strategic decisions, and then possibly some flagship level delivery. And that's it. Everything else gets designed for someone or something else to hold. That is the move that transforms a business into an asset. Here's the energetic piece. Designing yourself out is not abandonment of the business. It's love, my friend. It's the only way the business can survive your aliveness instead of being fueled by your depletion. Now, I want to talk about sequencing of all of these steps. A quick word on the order, because doing all four at once is a recipe for nothing to happen. We are living in a world of AI where you believe AI can help you do everything. It can, but it cannot help you do everything all at once. There is a very specific order and process that needs to happen. And that's why the energy aligned diagnostic is designed as a scorecard to help you understand where in the sequence are you at your lowest. What if your lowest score is revenue systemization? Then you're going to start with move 1. If your lowest is decision architecture, you're going to start with move 2. If your lowest is operational independence, move 3. If your lowest is energy to revenue alignment or exit readiness, move 4 is your starting point. And you do not have to make all 4 moves within 1 year. You have to make the right one first. Working on the right one first will start aligning everything else together. And if you're curious what phase you're in, what step you're in, go drop down in my show notes, click on the energy diagnostic quiz link, and jump on over and take your quiz. And here's my last point, and this is what matters. Every one of these moves requires a nervous system that can tolerate not being needed in the same way. Let's say that again. Every one of these moves requires a nervous system that can tolerate not being needed in the same way. The same way as in how you are currently operating right now. And it is a brave move, my friend, when you are willing to admit that something has to change and you are willing to do what it takes to make those changes, which is why being in the right container matters the most. Who are you listening to? Who on social media, Instagram, even on those YouTube videos? Is it somebody that has exited a business and made the mistakes? Or is it somebody that's running a really fucking good business but can't step away? That's the most strategy programs skipped, that part. And it's why so many women will implement the structure and then quietly will undo it themselves. Your body is used to being the engine. Asking it to be the owner is a regulation skill. It is not a strategy skill. And the energy aligned business strategy container is built specifically for this. Strategy and energetics integrated. So you're not skipping any part of it. Because you cannot install structures your nervous system rejects. So what have we done today? 4 moves. We document the revenue engine. We install decision frameworks, and we build operational containers. We'll design the founder out. That's your tactical build. You get to pick the starting point based on your scorecard from the Energy Aligned diagnostic. If you don't have your scores yet, that's still your first homework. Drop to the link below, take it, 5 minutes. It will tell you exactly which move to make first. And then next episode, I'm going to tell you something that's going to challenge most of what the business coaching industry has sold you. I'm going to tell you why business strategy alone, even the best fucking strategy, almost always fails to produce sustainable scale for women founders. And I'm going to tell you what has to be paired with it for the structure to actually hold. Until then, I will see you next week, my friend. If you have any value in this podcast, I would greatly appreciate you leaving me a review, or jump on over to Instagram at Tracy Ftacek and send me a DM. Let me know what stood out for you and if there's anything I can do to support you. Until then, I love you all so much and have a great